Hey guys, it's another day at Derek Talk Tech, and today I'll be talking about the new Minecraft update out right now. It is part 1 of the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. In this video, I will guide you through all the new features of the update, including biomes, blocks, items, and mobs. Let's get into it. Before we start the main part of the video, there's an important thing I must address. Remember when I said this is the part 1 of the Caves and Cliffs update? Yeah, I know, that was only like 20 seconds ago. But it's important because Mojang recently decided to split the Caves and Cliffs update into 2 parts. Part 1, the one I'll be talking about today, adds all the new blocks, mobs, and items. Part 2, aka version 1.18, will come out in winter of 2021/2022. And will change the total world height from 256 to 384. The huge caves and soaring mountains talked about in the Caves and Cliffs update announcement last October will come in part 2. If you didn't get to see that announcement, I have a video about it linked right here. Let's get on to the real meat of the video. Oh, I meant what you clicked on this video for. The new features! If you are enjoying the video so far, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming content. It helps me a lot and it shows your support for my awesome channel. Okay, in this update, which is mostly about items and blocks, there's one new cave that was added, the Amethyst Geode. The other 3 caves announced at the October announcement are all coming in part 2 of the Caves and Cliffs update. To be real, this part of the update shouldn't even be called Caves and Cliffs, but the new blocks from these caves are added in this update, only accessible through creative mode, in most cases. But back to the Amethyst Geode. The Amethyst Geode is a small cave feature that can be found anywhere fairly commonly, but the best place to look for them are in oceans and ravines. Once inside, there's a mysterious sounding noise and so much purple. The main part of the geode is called Amethyst Block. Glowing on it are amethyst crystals. When harvested, the big ones drop a few amethyst shards, which are used to make tinted glass, a type of black glass that does not let light through, and the Spyglass, which I'll talk about later. Tinted glass is made by surrounding a piece of glass with 4 amethyst shards. The Lush Caves and Dripstone caves may not be out until part 2, but the blocks from the caves are out now. First, the new Lush Cave blocks. There are 2 main plants in the Lush Caves, the dripleaf plant and the Lowberries. The dripleaf plant looks like a lily pad on a green stick, and besides decoration, it has a cool property. It pushes you off if you stand on it too long. You can just think about the possibilities of this plant as a new mob-proof walkway to a base, or a way to make parkour more fast-paced and tricky. Lowberries are a glowing plant that you can eat, and they give you 2 hunger points. You can't find them naturally spawning as vines, but they spawn in some abandoned mine chests in this update, and you can plant them on any ceiling block. Bone mealing them will give berries, which you can also feed to foxes along with the sweet berries found in taiga forests. Now the blocks from the Dripstone caves. There's Dripstone, the actual spikes, and the only block they can grow on, Dripstone blocks. Even though caves with just Dripstone are not in the game yet, you can still find patches of Dripstone in current caves. If you fall on the ones on the ground, the stalagmites, you take extra damage. And if you break the ones above you, the stalactites, they will fall on you and make you take damage. The more that fall, the more damage, sort of how an anvil works. There are some other new blocks and changes to regular caves in this update. There's a new block called Deep Slate that spawns below Y level 16. It is similar to stone but is harder to mine. And there are also Deep Slate ores that spawn near Deep Slate that have a new texture and are harder to mine. Speaking of new ores, copper is added in this update. It is the first new overworld ore since emeralds were added in version 1.3. Copper is similar to iron, but is much more common, and can spawn at any world height coal can. It can be mined with a stone pickaxe or better. It can be turned into copper blocks once smelted. Copper ingots can also make 2 other new items, which I'll talk about soon. If you notice that mining copper doesn't drop the block that it looks like, that's another change in this update. Iron, gold, and copper now drop raw ores when mined. Raw ores are more realistic to what mining ores would be like in real life. You still have to smelt the raw ores to craft them, though. Now for the new items introduced in this update. First, one of the only things added for the Cliffs part of the update, powder snow. To pick it up and transport it, use a bucket. It looks like a snow block, but when you step on or in it, you start to sink, and there's a new snowflake border on the screen. You'll start to take freezing damage unless you leave it. It is a nice new trap block to prank friends and protect the snowy base, perhaps. The next item is the lightning rod. It is a house decoration that, in the case of a thunderstorm, protects your house with a wool or wood roof from catching fire. The chance of lightning striking your house is pretty low, especially since you can sleep through thunderstorms. It's always a good idea to be prepared. The crafting recipe is 3 copper ingots in a vertical line. See a demonstration of a house without a lightning rod struck by lightning versus one with protection. Wow, it's basically home insurance added to Minecraft, but a lightning rod would most likely be added as a decoration, not protection. Next is the Spyglass, a way to zoom in on the game without needing a separate mod. The crafting recipe is 2 copper ingots with an amethyst shard on top. You can watch people battle from a distance in a PvP world, or be on the lookout for structures when exploring. It adds a whole new experience to the game. The last main item is the candle, crafted from 1 string and 1 honeycomb. It is lit with a flint and steel, but it doesn't give off much light. You can also put it on a cake. Yay, I guess. But you can also only be 1 year old. The only other decorational use I can think of would be on a dining table or bed stand in a house, or next to a front door. There are some items that aren't coming until 1.18 or later. Those are the skulk sensor, which will enable wireless redstone, and bundles, which help with the inventory clocking problem by holding a stacked total of items. Clay pots and the archaeological sites that you can find them in have an unknown launch date. Finally, arguably the most exciting part of the new update are the new mobs. Let's start with the axolotl. They can be found in caves with water and in oceans. You can pick them up in a bucket of water and take them with you on ocean adventures. That's right, they'll even help you fight drowns and guardians if they see you attacking them, and if you're holding a bucket of tropical fish. It has to be tropical. The axolotls also have a very unique ability where they can play dead when low on health, and no mobs will attack them. During that time, they will also heal themselves and soon be able to fight again. It's so awesome. The axolotl is a real-life endangered animal. Emojing added it to raise awareness about it and other endangered species. The next mob added was chosen by Minecraft fans on Twitter during the event announcement. It is the glow squid, which spawns anywhere underwater where it's dark. They behave the same as regular squids, but illuminate so you can see them. But they don't make the area around them brighter. They drop glow ink sacks when killed, which are used to make signs and item frames glow. It's one of the coolest things added in the update. They are a bright spot in the deep, scary depths of the ocean. Literally. Next are the goats, which spawn in extreme hill biomes, or snowy mountains. But in my testing, the best place to look is in the plains and rocky plateau below. Goats jump really high occasionally, and every 30 seconds to 3 minutes they will attack any mob that moves. But they can also ram blocks, in which case they'll drop goat horns, which serve no special purpose other than that they'll make a sound identical to the call when a raid on a village starts. There's a small chance a goat will be a screaming goat, which makes a different sound than the rest and will ram twice as often on average. Adult goats deal 9 blocks of knockback, and babies deal half that. It's enough to kill you if you're not careful. You can also breed goats with wheat and milk them with a bucket like cows. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed or learned something. And if you made it this far in the video, you probably liked the video. So show your support and hit that like button just below the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Derek Talk Tech.